Two unbeaten high school teams took their perfect records to the test last night. And Ohio women's basketball hosts Akron in a huge MAC East matchup and a recap of last night's men's game. Next on Newswatch. On the women's side of the court, Bob Bolden has his girls in prime position for the MAC East title. And tonight they've got a big matchup against Akron. We are joined live from the convo by women's basketball reporter Matthew Doyle. Matthew, how important of a game is it for the Bobcats tonight?
A 3-3 record might not really be indicative of how their season's been so far.
I think you're exactly right, Nathan. They play some of the best teams in the state with some real good D1 athletes. If you want a little comparison here, Woodrow Wilson last week lost to number 2 Cabell Midland 48-6. Parkersburg early in the year lost 42-21. A little transitive property here that puts Parkersburg in favor. I think they're a little better than most people think.
Snowstorm Juno hit the East Coast this week, and it must have landed on the Ohio men's basketball team bus because they were icy cold last night at Eastern Michigan, losing 76-40. The Bobcats shot 22.8% from the field, going 0 for 11 from three-point range in the first half, while the Eagles, they shot 50% from the field for the game. Antonio Campbell tied his season high with 16 points and a game-high 11 rebounds. Maurice Endor was held in check most of the game with 4 points and 9 rebounds in 33 minutes of action.
Now extended to 19 games. Is the end of that streak in sight at all?
Well, this win streak goes all the way back to 2012. They have a shutdown defense, prolific offense, but if there's someone on the schedule, they travel to Ravenswood late in October. They just beat Williamstown 60-20.
Ohio volleyball came into this weekend with a chance to make a statement. The statement is what they did, winning the Millennium Hotel Invitational, going 3-0 against teams like Xavier, Ohio State, and Syracuse. And it all started Friday night against Xavier. Along with the MAC announcing men's basketball postseason awards, they also announced the women's as well. 3 Ohio women's players earned honors. Kiana Black earned first-team All-MAC, and Kiera Lampkins earned All-MAC third-team honors. Mariah Byard also earned All-MAC honorable mention.
The Parkersburg defense was stout all night long, stripping running back Ronald Blanks, and the Big Reds would recover this fumble, trembling the offense like that, and they would take that turnover and capitalize with a 13-yard pass to Brandon Turner in the back of the end zone here. He plays a little footsie with some nice feet. They missed the extra point. They go 6-0.
Well, Matthew, plenty of points always makes for an exciting basketball game. What players should we be looking out for in this game? Now, yesterday I started counting, 5, 6, 7. Well, I stopped at 7. Now the Cavs are teaching me some math. Their winning streak grew to 8 games last night with a 99-94 win over the Portland Trail Blazers. With no LeBron James, point guard Kyrie Irving went off with that MC Hammers, you can't touch this, with 55 points, making 11 three-pointers in a brilliant performance.
It's their first win in this rivalry since 1998. These fans have been yelling all night, and they will after Cody Mitchell shows why he's a Player of the Year candidate, as he takes half the Blue Devil team to bring him down on this 32-yard run. And then guess what, Nathan? This Big Black offense can do more than just run. It's 8 and 8. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Cody Mitchell in stride, 45-yard touchdown pass to go up 14-0.
For the last 2 days, I've previewed the battle of the MAC East between Ohio and Akron. Last night did not disappoint. The Bobcats kept hold of the top spot in the East after a 72-60 win. The Cats held one of the best offenses in the MAC down for most of the first half, while taking control of the game with the 3-ball. Ohio made 5 of the first 7 attempts to jump out to a 24-9 lead midway through the first half.
Ohio University remains undefeated in MAC play with a 3-0 sweep over the Northern Illinois Huskies here at the Convo tonight.
The biggest event in the National Football League is this Sunday. Part of all the fun stuff surrounding the game is the media day that both teams are required to take part in. The media day, there's always some wacky, interesting story that comes out of a day like that. Much like last year and throughout most of this year, running back Marshawn Lynch of the Seattle Seahawks refused to say very much to the media. And when he did, he didn't say anything at all. And he was just trying to say he didn't want to get fined.
And I mentioned before Point Pleasant's dominance, but the Blue Devils have owned this rivalry.
You're right, Nathan. Galley Academy leads the all-time series by 6 games, but the last 5 meetings, 162-56. The Blue Devils are worried about the likes of Cody Mitchell and the Point Pleasant offense, but they should be concerned about the Big Blacks defense, who have scored a defensive touchdown in each of their first 4 games.
Basketball is heating up as our local teams took the court last night. Our first stop is in Wellston as Megs came to town and earned their first TVC win, 48-40, after going winless last season.
Win over Woodrow Wilson. What were some of the keys for Parkersburg tonight?
They stopped Brent Osborne. Brent Osborne is this team for the Eagles. He couldn't get anything going, and there was no rhythm on offense, plain and simple.